Hi, this is Jeannie at Trendy Tree, and today I'm going to make a Christmas bow. Trendy Tree is our website business, and we have thousands, literally about 2,000 ribbon styles that you can choose from. So I pulled a couple of 3 Christmas ribbons. This first one says Merry Christmas, and the SKU is RG8749T9. It's 2.5 inches in width, has a chenille edge, and there's 10 yards on the roll. The second one is X41240-12. It's also a 2.5 inch ribbon. It's glittered. It's a white satin with red glitter, and there's 10 yards on a roll. And this third one is RG01598W7. It's 1.5 inches, and it has a chenille edge, and it also has 10 yards. I'm going to be using the Bowdabra today to make my bow. The Bowdabra is this plastic piece. It comes like this, and with this little wand. The board is something that my husband made. It's just a presswood type board, and he just drilled some holes into the Bowdabra and screwed it to the board. And then I have some markings to let me know how big I want to make my bow. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just pick one of our ribbons to start with, and I'm going to start with this 2.5 inch ribbon. It has Merry Christmas on it, and I'm going to feed that ribbon in. I'm going to leave a tail of about 2 inches here. I'm just going to drop that ribbon off at the floor. I'm going to twist that ribbon to get the right side up, and then I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to make a loop. This bow is going to be about 12 inches in diameter, so this is my 12-inch mark. Okay, so I have it there. I'm going to twist and make a loop on this other side. Okay, so now I have a loop on each side. Each time I'm going to twist and bring that ribbon back up. I want to keep my loops all the same size. Twist. Okay, so now I have 3 loops on each side. I'm going to take that little wand and just kind of press that stack down. And I'm going to cut this ribbon off. I'm going to cut it off, leaving a tail of a couple of inches, and I'm through with that ribbon. Now, next I'm going to take this 2.5 inch glittery ribbon, and we're just going to leave a tail of a couple of inches just to get started. And I'm going to twist that, get my right side up. I'm going to make a loop of the same size, about 12 inches. Twist, make a loop on the other side. Twist. This will be my last loop on this side. Okay, so now I have 3 loops of the stripe on each side. Press that down a little bit, and I'm going to cut that ribbon free. Just leave a couple of inches for a tail. Okay. All my ribbon, my layers are just stacked one on top of the other. I'm going to take my third ribbon. And this ribbon is the same on each side, so I really don't have to twist it. I'm making these loops the same size. Okay. So I have 3 of those on each side. I'll take that one and just kind of press that stack down again. Oh, I have to make my last loop. Now my last loop is a little bit different. It's going to be short or smaller. So I'm going to make that loop. It's going to be just on one side. And I'm going to cut my ribbon free. So I've got 3 of the 6-inch loops, 6 inches on each side. So I've got 3 there, and then I've got this little short loop. That's going to be my center loop that I'm going to finish with. So, the next thing I'm going to do is take my ribbon and cut my tails. I could have done this when I started, but I'm going to cut a 24-inch piece of each ribbon. So I'm just going to get them all 3 up here at the same time. And I have some markings on my board here, so I know that's about where I want to cut it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my ribbons and I'm going to finish off the ends. I've got 2 of those ribbons together. I'm just going to fold it lengthwise, cut along that folded edge, and that's going to make a nice chevron cut or finish off those ribbons. I'll do the same with this narrow one and do the same on the other end. Just fold it and then cut along the folded edge. Okay, now I'm going to take my ribbons. These are my tails. Make sure I've got my ribbon right side up. Okay, and I'm going to find the center of my ribbon, and I'm just going to pinch that together. That's going to be my tails. Okay, I'm just going to lay that right there for just a minute. Now I'm going to ease my stacked bow off of the Bowdabra. I'm going to keep it all stacked up. Move the Bowdabra out of the way. Alright, see, all my ribbons are stacked up. I'm going to take my tails and put them right on the bottom. And then I'm going to take a chenille stem. I'm going to go right on the top of that. I'm going to keep my ribbons stacked up. Hang on to them. It's a pretty good handful. And then I'm going to bring that chenille stem around to the back. And then I'm going to twist that. I want to make that stack as tight as I can, small as I can, and then I'm going to twist that chenille stem. Now sometimes it's easier to hold on to the chenille stem and twist the bow. Okay? So now I've got my bow and tails, and I have my chenille stem to use to attach to the wreath or whatever. So I'm gonna fluff out my bow. Now I have what's called a fluff box. Mine is just a piece of wood. It has an eyelet screw in it and a little nail. I'm gonna take my bow and just hook it under there. And actually my tails, typically I have a wire that's long enough to come around this little nail, but today I don't. So I've just got my chenille stem, but that's okay. So we're gonna take our bow and we're gonna start with our bottom loops. We're gonna pull one to the bottom, one to the top. Just fluff those out. And have one in the center. We're gonna go to the other side, pull out that same loop. And then we're gonna go to our striped ribbon. Then a solid red. We're just gonna fluff those out. Now this little loop, the little short loop that we did in the center, we're just gonna kind of pull that over. That's gonna be the center of our bow. And that little raw edge that we left, you can make it shorter if you need to. I'll just go ahead and trim that off a little. Pull that loop over. Okay, so there you have a Christmas bow. All the tails are coming down right in the front. And you have your chenille stem on the back to secure. And you just fluff your bow out till you get it shaped like you want it. This is all wired ribbon, so it's easy to shape. And there you go. Now you can make this same bow just using wire and not using the Bowdabra. The Bowdabra just makes it a little quicker and a little easier. Okay? Thanks for dropping in. We hope you'll visit us at Trendy Tree, where we sell wreath making supplies and seasonal decor. We have over 2,000 styles of ribbon in stock. And we would also hope that you would follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram title is trendy_tree. And follow us on Facebook, where we do live tutorials. Thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it. See you next time.